Hello, my name is Linda, also known as Tortagialla around the internet, and I love stationery, journaling, and memory keeping. So if you like this kind of thing, please subscribe to my channel and check out my videos for more. Today, I'm going to be sharing some thoughts on my stationery audit attempt. And I say attempt because, I don't know, I feel like I have failed. So let's just put that up front. I might have always had this delusional assumption that I don't actually have a lot of stationery supplies. I mean, certainly, like there are influencers and content creators, and they're sponsored, so of course they have a lot of supplies because they are showing it, it's their job. But there's also a lot of people who share their stash, their craft rooms, their desks. They show like these drawers and things, and they have hundreds of washi tapes, hundreds of pet tapes, multiple cabinets full of supplies, and their desk is like literally just all their stationery supplies. So I think I've always felt like, oh, I don't have a lot. Obviously, comparing to the people who like have the most, right? I don't have that much space in my house, and my desk, like half of it is filled with my computer. But I do have one of those IKEA like square cube shelves with supplies, but also my books. So it's not like all stationary things. Maybe it's a bit like that for you too. Let me know down in the comments. Like, do you think you have a lot of stationery supplies or not? Um, but when you actually dive in and try to count up, like take inventory of your supplies, then you discover that you probably have a lot more than you thought. So I first wanted to do this because I've been trying to declutter and organize my space, but I just quickly got overwhelmed. I know that there's that Marie Kondo method that says that you have to dump everything out, consider if it sparks joy and all that, but I have a 1 year old, so a very massive like reorganization isn't possible for me at this time because she's gonna like get into it and destroy everything. I have to go in parts, like micro adjustments. So I thought whatever I can put on my desk and then organize and put away, like that would work much better. And it's just me to want to like compartmentalize everything so that I mentally can just face it easier. So, suffice to say, all of this has made me realize that I don't need anything. Like, I need to tell myself, remind myself, I should put sticky notes everywhere. I should just be shopping my stash, not any other kind of shopping. I really, really need to not fall into like Black Friday deals. They are so enticing, right? Like when the deal is really good, you just get into that excuse of like, you can't pass up. The deal is so good. Um, and I don't know how many of you fall into that. And then it's like you try to get free shipping or whatever, and you just like add these items that you don't really need. It's really hard. Um, so today I'm just going to share like these notebooks that I have. So it's just a small part. Um, Obviously, I have many other types of stationery supplies, and I do have more notebooks than what you like see here, but they might be like half started, or they're my own handmade notebooks, or they're like little inserts or just like random things here and there. Um, uh, I guess you could say I have like two or three more of those like IKEA cube thingies full of more notebook type or like paper um, items. So I have more, but let's just start with what I have here right now. If you love stationery like me, I think you know the struggle that all this is. Like, you love this stuff, it's your hobby. Obviously, everyone has their thing, and you're going to have, lots of stuff because it's your type of thing. But it is a struggle. I often buy notebooks because they're like cute, and I do have an idea for using them, but like it's one day in the future. I don't have the actual bandwidth to be using the notebooks at which the rate I'm purchasing them, right? So that it's sort of a problem. Um, and you know, you it's easy to get sucked into the marketing of it's such a good deal and you'll eventually use it kind of thing. And I don't know if this goes into a whole other thing. Maybe I have this kind of like childhood trauma or something, because I always want or have this tendency to buy extras, to have more than enough, just in case. And I really don't need to do that. I know that some things are limited edition, but usually you can just buy whatever you need at the moment that you need them. And even if you miss out on some limited thing, there's always going to be new product, right? Like that is how the world works. And it really is like this mental shift kind of thing to try to resist like that impulse to purchase. Because like it arrives and you're like, oh, cool. And then you put it on the shelf and then you forget about it. And that's the problem, right? Anyways, let me know if you have any thoughts on this whole consumerism. How many notebooks, like blank notebooks, do you have? Or are you really good at it and you're minimal in terms of having just what you need and you don't have this problem? I would love to hear from you in the comments. But now I'm just going to dive in and show you what I have. Okay, so I'm just flipping through my Magic of I planner, and I pre-ordered this, so I think that's part of the issue these days as well, is that we have to pre-order things so much in advance, and then by the time we get it, things might have changed and we don't even know if we need that planner. But I had ordered this planner not really for planning per se, like day-to-day tasks. It was more learning about astrology. You can see that the book has, like this planner has a lot of information in it in the beginning and lots of like astrological things. So my plan is to use it more of like journaling and learning, but it is dated for 2024, so of course it's applicable to the coming year. So I do have to, it makes sense to use it in the upcoming year, not to like save it. So this is like a dated thing that obviously I want to use in the upcoming year. And the other dated things I have are this. This is the Kimbor A6 planner for 2024, and it's quite often considered like the Hobonichi dupe, because it just costs, way less. But it is a Chinese brand, and oh look, the back has like this cool constellation engraving into it. So I think that these planners are really cute. If you check out on AliExpress, the Kimbor brand, they have lots of notebooks and planners, and they're similar but like not exactly the same. But I do like that it is more neutral in color rather than having all the colors like Hobonichi, and it doesn't have the quotes or anything, so it's very open for like your own creativity. And I have used an A5 Kimbor before, so I think that it definitely is a good notebook. And I got this because I thought I was just going to do dailies the way that I am doing it now, and I just wanted like the timed portion to do dailies, and hopefully I will continue. I don't know, at this point in time I think I will, but then again, you know what I mean, when it comes to like our plans for 2024, I feel like every couple of weeks I'm like changing my mind, or even if I don't change my mind, like reconsidering. So who knows? But this is the A6 Kimbor, and then I have the MD Diary for 2024, and this I had planned to use like a while back. Basically, I was using the Hobonichi Cousin for memory keeping, and I just realized that I don't want daily memory keeping anymore. I don't want to be forced into it, even though it is a good thing, because sometimes having the dated makes you like do it. You know what I mean? Like, whereas if you had a blank notebook, a lot of time can pass and you could just like skip over. But this will have like, this is dated for 2024, but it basically has the months. So you can do like a monthly sort of overview. Then you have all blank pages to like enter in things as you see fit. So I'm going to be using this as my memory keeper for my kids, which I always do like in an A5 sized, because I keep a lot of ephemera from my kids, like their drawings and things like that. I just need that A5 size, so I wouldn't go more small. And I was just noticing, like, this MD paper like diary. I've admired it from afar for so long, but I'm just realizing now that it has like lines on the edges, which I don't know, but it is very neutral. I know that I like MD paper, and you can use fountain pens, so like, I'm good with that. So these like 2024 dated notebooks, I think like I'm okay because I am going to use them. Unfortunately, I also have dated 2023 items that I haven't touched. So this is like a little A6 or Pocket. Is it A6 or Pocket? I don't know, one or the other, from Legami, like a brand here in Italy. And I bought it because it was just so cute, like this whole Once Upon a Time like cover thing. And I thought I would like write a book basically in this notebook. Like I participated in NaNoWriMo before, and I wrote maybe like 15,000 words, and then I like dropped off in there. So I never completed the book, but I thought that I could, just be creative, like do creative writing, and do it by hand and write it in this book. And that would be like the rough draft that obviously you would have to like rewrite and like digitally and all that kind of stuff. So it's like this project that has been on my mind that I just never got to. And of course, this is dated for 2023. Obviously, I don't have to use it for the dates, but I guess more than anything, it was for the cover. Like it was just a cute thingy, and I was like trying to, come up with a reason to buy it so that I could use it. But and this Hobonichi cover, like the tweed that I had admired from afar and wanted to buy and never bought, and I ended up buying it because it was on super discount in a European shop. So I bought it, but at the time, like this is before like this year, I thought that I would use like a Hobonichi in it. Obviously, I can put the Kimbor in it as well, but this cover came with the Hobonichi planner, the 2023 version, because I bought it like late this year. So now I have an A6 Hobonichi, but for 2023, and what am I going to use it for? Obviously, it has Tomoe River S paper, I think, but it, it's a great notebook. Like, we know that these are quality notebooks, but like, one, it's dated 2023, so I'd have to redate it, and then two, I did not anticipate actually needing another A6 notebook, so I just have it, and I don't know what to do with it. And again, I could use it for personal journaling, but I had actually thought that I would move up in size in my personal journaling, so it's all up in the air right now. So those are like the dated, items. Everything else I have, I think, are undated, like just notebooks, So in a way, it's almost worse because when something is undated, there's less of a urgency to use it, right? So I definitely stocked up on traveler's notebooks, and I do use my traveler's notebooks. It's just that sometimes you buy something like these undated monthlies in passport size. It was because I was going to do this whole monthly like planning and all that kind of stuff, and I bought a bunch of them, but then I bought the dated ones because I was just too lazy to date the undated ones. And like these, I bought when I was in the US because normally you can't get them here. They're from Travelers Company USA. And while I was there, I was like, oh, let me just order the maximum because like you could only order 4 per piece. And I did use a bunch of them for my actual traveling, like our summer travels in California. But I also have extras. And these are more standard inserts like sketch, craft, just a variety that I was quote unquote stocking up on. But of course, these past years, we haven't really done like a huge amount of traveling just in general. And it's not just because of COVID, just like our life events and things like that of our family. And so I just haven't been using them. But even if I used like 6 a year, I have enough for like 2 more years. You know what I mean? Like, do I really need to stock that much up? And inside this this box, there's also my mini TN that I've already unboxed on the channel before if you want to go back and see it. But it's like a tiny, tiny mini TN from the 10th anniversary. And technically it's a blank notebook, right? You're supposed to actually use it. Although I suppose many people just use that as like a decorative thing. But let's just say that I'm not lacking traveler's notebook inserts. Certainly I prefer like certain papers over others, but still I am not lacking in inserts. And let's see, I still have this Good Ink Impressions A5 sized weekly with Tomoe River paper, and it's because was it last year or the year before, like I used one of these for my memory keeping, A5 sized, and since I was ordering, I wasn't going to order like just one book. I ordered another one. Like that whole problem with like when you order something, you can't just order like the one thing you actually are going to use immediately. So the problem is when I use that one, I realize that I don't like this weekly view at all. Usually I don't like vertical weeklies. I just think they're too narrow for me to write in. Even though this is A5 and there is more, but it's like more spaced out and I just don't like it. This particular layout I don't like either, like even the details. So I don't know what to use it for. It's just there. It's good paper. It's a good notebook. This Little Lady Weekly Planner is another one from, oh my gosh, so many years ago. I want to say it's like 10 years or something like that. And I've always kept it because it has really cute artwork with it. It was one of those things where like a bunch of artists did it together, and this is my illustration. Each person has an illustration in this planner. And of course, every artist ordered their own. Like we didn't get a free notebook or anything like that. I don't think so. I think we ordered it, or did we get a free one? I actually do not remember right now. But either way, this planner has beautiful artwork in it, but I don't use like this type of weekly planner like layout for actual planning. So like I've just never used it and kept it, and it's like, what do I do with it? You know, I have this Nebula note. It's like for fountain pens, so it's blank paper specifically for fountain pens. Really good paper. I haven't even taken it out of the package. Why do I have this? I don't know. I think it's like one of those things where I add it onto the order to get like the free shipping. And that happens so often, right? When you add things into your order because you wanted to get the free shipping, and now it's just sitting there. So I have a lot more A5 inserts as well, like insert type from like stationery boxes I've gotten in the past and just random, things. For example, this huge notebook is from Oh Dear. It's from their like monthly subscription. I'm blanking on the name right now, but they have like a stationery subscription, and I subscribed to it for a long time until I got to the point where I was just like getting too much stuff that I'm not using, and that's why I stopped. It's not because I don't like it. I just can't use all the things. This is like, I don't know if it's A4 size, like it's really big. It's a beautiful notebook. You can see the artist, beautiful artwork, hardcover. It has lined pages inside. It would be great for writing. I just haven't used it. I haven't broken into it. I don't know. And I do have a lot of these like random notebooks here and there. I don't even know where they are. I might have given some to my kids, but I definitely have more, like I said, in that IKEA cubicle shop shelf. And here I have 2 notebook therapy bullet journals. And again, these are from years ago as well. It's, again, one of those things where I made an order, I wanted to try bullet journaling. It wasn't for me, but of course I didn't buy just one. I had to buy like multiples because I was ordering anyway. And it's beautiful. It's pretty. I mean, the paper is very thick. It's probably good for like some type of creative journaling or something because it's thick. Like it'll hold up to a lot of different types of things. Even though this paper is not fountain pen friendly, it'll like bleed and stuff. But I could do something with it. I just haven't. But I think I will use this particular one because I just can't. I don't know. I just don't want to see it on the shelf anymore unused. But the other one, I don't really have like a good idea for what I need to use it for. So those are like A5 giant notebooks. And I'll probably share a video if I use this bullet journal one from Notebook Therapy. And of course, as I mentioned before, like it's such a good deal, I can't pass it up. These are notebooks from Paper Blanks. They're Paper O series, and I discovered them because it was like they're super sale, and I was like, oh my god, I didn't even know these existed, and it's in Europe, and it's like you get free shipping if you order up a certain amount. And so I ordered a bunch of B7s, which are passport size, so they fit in the Passport TN. And I ordered a bunch of A6 notebooks and A5 as well because they were super cheap. Like these B7 notebooks, like they're definitely cheaper than the Traveler's Notebook ones. The A6 notebooks are like €2 a piece or something like that, and they do have good paper. I haven't really tried with all types of pens and stuff, but they're definitely quality notebooks that are not gonna like fall apart. So I just like looking at them, and I pick like cool colors and things like that. But again, so many. Even if I used 2 a year, I have enough for like 2, 3 years. It's just it's this problem of like accumulating more than you can actually consume. Because it was a great deal, and I definitely fall into that trap. So I don't know, like I don't need another notebook for another reason. I already have like my memory keeping, my 3-year diary, certain things that I already have going. So I really don't need another blank notebook. But I have to tell you, there have been so many times this month, especially because of like the deals and the Black Friday stuff, that I have been enticed to like buy another notebook, and then I have to stop myself and be like, why? I don't need a notebook. So this is another notebook that I have. It's a Penco, and it's because I just wanted to try Penco because it's really the perfect, it's the B7 size. And it's actually pretty hard to find for me anyways, but I think I got it because I made like an Amazon Japan order, and that's why I added it on. I also have a bunch of pocket notebooks, blank. I think they're more for like sketching and things like that. Obviously, you can bullet journal, but I have like the Rodeo one, which is good for fountain pens. I have Moleskine, and I have another Moleskine that is a dated weekly, but I meant to use it for like collaging and stuff, which I finished one of these, and the video is on my channel if you wanted to check it out. But I bought this because it was on, again, super sale, because it was like old date, like 2021. It was like $5 or something like that. And I know $5 is not a lot in the scheme of things, but it's like another thing that you have. I think this is my only B6 notebook because it is a different size for me. I don't usually buy B6, but I might have gotten this for free in like a giveaway or something. And I thought I was going to do like tarot or astrology or something, but I already bought the Magic of I planner. So at least for 2024, I don't need another like blank notebook to do that kind of stuff. So this is the problem of like having multiple notebooks for like the same reason, and obviously you can only use one at a time. This is an Amazon Basics graph paper notebook, and again, it was like $5, and I was like, oh my gosh, crazy stationery lady, and just having to hold it in my hands because I wanted to know if it was like the same as having a Moleskine, right? But the Moleskine costs, $20, and the Amazon one is $5. So you can see the Moleskine paper is like a little bit more creamy, but it's just as good, and of course you won't know until you use it like for a year to see if like the binding will hold up and stuff, but it looks pretty sturdy, and it's $5. So again, it's not that it costs so much, but at the same time, you just have another notebook that you have no reason, like you can't use it. And like I said, even if I were to use, 2 or 3, 6 notebooks, a year, I still have way more than enough for multiple years. And I did go through at first, like just writing down a list of all the notebooks that I have in my shelf, and then it just overwhelmed me, and that's why I put a bunch on the desk here to show you, and I'm at this point right now. And okay, I know that it's not the end of the world. There are people who have like 100 bullet journals, and they're never going to get through them, but there's no point in thinking about other people. I'm thinking about myself and needing to put a stop to like buying new notebooks until I use like at least half of these, you know what I mean, before I collect more. Or if I buy a new notebook, then one of these has to go, or something like that. I don't know. If you have a way to deal with this, please let me know. Part of making this video is just trying to make myself have a little bit of accountability, to go through my stationery stuff, go through a stationery audit, get a grip on myself, and use my items. And hopefully in future videos, I'm going to be sharing me using things and creating, rather than like haul videos and just like complaining. I guess it's sort of like a complaining video, of saying like, oh, this is annoying. I think myself as well, I've been searching more for those journal with me videos that I can watch and then create something and feel better. And that is the whole point of the stationery hobby, right? Is to, have fun with the supplies that we have and not let these supplies become, something weighing us down and something negative. So that's all I have for you today. Thank you so much for watching. And as always, like this video and comment below. I would really like to hear what you have to say around this topic. And it really does help me out here on YouTube to have interaction. If you enjoy using digital printables, I design and post them on Ko-fi. You can sign up as a member for monthly downloads or just drop a one-time tip to get access to loads of printables. Finally, you can also download all of my freebies on my blog, tortagialla.com. I've been posting there for years, so you will find a whole bunch of freebies in the archive to download and play with and get journaling. I really, really appreciate your support. Thank you again, and until next time, bye.